Well, we wanted to show you some plants that were a little bit more unique to the landscape. So I'd asked Jonathan Miller to come and show us. Now, Jonathan, I mean, we all have done more of the standard landscape plants and foundation plants, and they look great.
Yes.
But you kind of like to get outside the box every once in a while.
Yeah, I like to use a few plants that you might not see every day, because sometimes you get that cookie cutter landscape that you have a nandina, a crepe myrtle, a blue atlas cedar, and it all kind of looks similar, but if you use a few unique plants, your landscape can kind of stand out from the rest. And this right here is actually a crepe myrtle, but unlike the regular crepe myrtles you see all over, these are dwarf varieties. Mm-hmm. And why I like these is if you just have a small area that you need a nice pop of color, you still put on the nice blooms. This one with the pinkish red is called Chica Red, and it only gets about 3 to 4 foot wide. And this one is called a Pocomoke, which it kind of has a nice weeping habit, only getting about the same width, 3 to 4 foot, but has a purple bloom.
So that'd be great for mid-border.
Yeah, this is a nice mid-border plant. Things that won't get too tall and hide other things.
Mm-hmm. So I see you have a sable palm.
Yeah, this is a small palm. It'll get actually about 4 to 5 foot tall and wide. And why I like this is sometimes you have an area you want kind of a tropical feel, maybe around a pool or something.
Yeah.
And a lot of plants aren't hardy here, but this sable palm is a hardy palm. It's actually found in Sable County, which is a Texas county.
Yeah.
And they're found native growing there, so they do really well here as well and survive through the winter. And then I had a few yuccas here in the front. There's a lot of yuccas. Sometimes when you hear the word yucca, you think of the old yucca, and people don't really like just that old green yucca.
Yeah, and I have to admit, I've never been a huge fan of them because they just don't. They seem too dry, too deserty. But these look a little bit different.
These are some really pretty varieties. This one in the back, the tall one's called a blue yucca. And what's nice about it is it can even be a nice container plant. If you have a big pot, it'll survive even through the winter in a container if you keep it watered.
Now, would you keep it outside or bring it in?
Yeah, you can keep it outside. Just make sure you keep it watered.
Okay.
And then in the front here is another blue one called a Sapphire Skies blue yucca. And it's kind of the same color, but more of a wispy habit to it.
I was going to say, it almost has sort of an ornamental grass feel to it.
Yeah, it's a softer look than your normal yucca.
Uh-huh.
And then on the end is this color guard yucca, which just has that bright yellow and green.
Uh-huh.
And so that can add a nice pop of color to a dry spot that you might have, just to brighten that up.
Well, the color combination there is fantastic with the blues.
Yeah.
Looks great.
And when you see nandinas a lot, and that's kind of a staple plant. But why I like this one, it's kind of a new variety. It's called Nandina Flirt. And why I like it, it's a real low growing. Right now it'll get about 1.5 foot tall to about the same width. So it makes a really nice border plant if you have a low border. And I love the versatility that it can be full sun or partial shade. And it puts on kind of this darker leaf, and the new growth is a red color.
Something for everybody there.
Yes.
And it doesn't get as tall, so that would be more of a front border.
Yeah, nice border planting. And the last one I wanted to show
mimosa?
you, this is actually a hardy bird of paradise.
Really?
Yes, and I like just the delicate texture of the leaves. And this is a nice small tree / shrub, because it'll only get about this tall, and you can keep it pruned to whatever size you like. And then in the summertime, it'll be covered with these blooms. This one's kind of almost done, but you can see the red stamens coming out and a nice yellow flower on it.
And quickly, you've got some other plants for the shade, some unusual plants.
Yeah, a couple for the shade. I didn't want to show all just sun plants, so I had a few unique shade varieties. Of course, we're all familiar with hydrangeas, but this variety, more than the bloom, it's the leaf is what makes it so beautiful. And it also still get that nice bloom that the hydrangeas put on.
And next to it?
That's a yellow twig dogwood, a variegated yellow twig dogwood. And what's beautiful about it is in the winter when it loses its leaves, the stems turn a bright yellow.
Beautiful. Jonathan, thank you for giving us a lot of great ideas, something unusual in the landscape.